Okay, it is 5:01. 5:01. We are officially 1 minute late. 1 minute late for the official start time of this show. This is Monday, September 14. Monday, September 14, starting a new work week. And it sounds like everything's good. Kyle is in the house. Lance is in the house. Triforce Rich is in the house. And yeah, we are live. Will Craig finally step up? Triforce Rich. Durr's in the house. He says, I'm in the house. Joe Biden, Antifa, BLM, and Tudor suck. Kyle says, hey, Lance and everyone. All right, folks. Well, we are live, and I'll tell you what, I'm in the recuperation mode. 3 days with the lovely lady Brianna. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, folks. It's hard to keep up with that young lady, but I'll tell you what, she is a dynamo. We got a lot done. There's going to be a lot of cool content coming on her platforms. Be sure to follow her. And we made some progress on picking out a Rolex for the lady Bree. She's narrowed it down to some models that she's very interested in, and we're making some moves. I can't tell you exactly what moves we're making because everything's still in the works. But we are making some moves, and you guys have been a big help. We do want more suggestions, though. We want more links. We want more watches to consider on the various outlets so that we can make the best deal we can, so that we can negotiate. Negotiate, folks. Negotiation. Blue's in the house. The lovely Leslie says, hi, everyone. Lowbrower Joe, I don't know how to pronounce that, says, what's up? I'd like usernames that are a little easier to pronounce. You know? Like, for example, Triforce Rich is pretty easy. Lance is pretty easy. Kyle is pretty easy. Leslie's pretty easy. And Durr's pretty easy. My chest is sore after watching Craig do all those push-ups. I'll tell you what, they're not easy. I just did another 3 sets just now, just before showtime. And they don't get any easier as you get older. I do 3 sets of 50 is what my routine is. And sometimes I add a 4th set in if I'm feeling vigorous, and if I had the time. I did not have the time this time. I was behind schedule, as you saw, 1 minute late. So, no, you didn't miss me doing the push-ups today. I did them the other day. I did them, which show was it? Was it Saturday's show? I keep track. I lose track. The days blend together. I think it was Saturday's show, but somebody will let you know in the chat which show it was. I'm not going to do push-ups in this show. No. Maybe next time Bree comes, we'll do some exercises. She will be here hosting on the channel Friday. That's how she is scheduled Friday. So if that comes down, that'll be the lovely Bree all by herself, all by her lonesome on Friday. Please show up and show some support. And then maybe we'll do the show together again Saturday night like we did this past Saturday and like we did yesterday. So maybe we'll do that. She does like the what do they call it? Red grape dial, the one that's actually purple. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a moment here. We'll recap some of the watches that we've already looked at. Oh, by the way, this date 8, this 18238 that we looked at the other day, I'm not so sure that that's one where somebody had them polished. I'm leaning towards that might be a 6-digit watch, but I think Durr suggested that maybe it was polished. I don't know. That'd be interesting to know really what the deal is on that watch. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's look here. Okay, so no, I'm not going to worry about that tab. And the Patek Philippe that we saw, I think the real issue with that is that bracelet looks like it's got a lot of issues to me. So let's close that one out. Take that one away from consideration. Now here is the watch in question, a 176200 26 millimeter red grape. And that particular one is a 2016 with papers. And that is on eBay for roughly $4,500 US dollars. So that is a possibility. And then here is a watch on Chrono 24. Let's scroll through it. It looks like it's basically a brand new watch with all the tags and everything on it, the plastic on it. So that's a possibility. And then here is another possibility that we narrowed down. This is a 179163. This is a steel and gold date just with a smooth bezel and an oyster bracelet. Kind of interesting, a steel and gold with a smooth bezel and a oyster bracelet instead of, for example, a fluted bezel and a jubilee. This probably makes it a little more sporty. Okay, so, but you know, that's pretty much all the paper, all the money on it, I think. Okay, and then here's a an older model. Here's a 5-digit model, but solid 18 karat gold, 26 millimeter, and that looks like a jubilee bracelet. And so, with what looks like a conventional clasp, which means it probably has micro adjustments on there. Yeah, I think I can see the holes there. That is kind of nice. I like that. Now see that bracelet? See how it looks like it has round holes on it along there? Something is weird about that. I've never seen a jubilee with that. I don't know what that's about. That was something weird. Okay, so let's go to this next one. And this is a stunner. This is on David S.W., highly recommended by Carlos and others. And meteorite dial, steel and gold, 6-digit piece. This is pretty amazing piece. I do say, pretty amazing piece. Now I'm guessing that that has solid center links. Can somebody confirm that? That would have solid center links? I'm pretty sure a 6-digit unit would have that. Okay, and then let's see what else we had here. We had this Crador, which was very reasonably priced. You know, another option for the lovely Lady Bree would be to get something like this as a dress watch, as a strictly dress watch. This is 18 karat gold, and it's quartz so that it would keep running. She wouldn't have to worry about if it's off wrist, right? And then have something else as a sport watch. Go to a 2-watch rotation, because she does like to dress up sometimes and go out in a stunning nightgown, that sort of thing. And so having a gold stunner, and then this is the watch that was shared by a subscriber and that he picked up, a limited edition GMT that Steve sold new in 2018 and then took in on trade, and then a subscriber to the channel bought this from Steve recently, pre-owned, and is loving it. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit for loving that one. And then let's see what else we've got here. Oh, this was a fun photo of the lovely Lady Brianna, the aforementioned Lady Brianna, wearing the 002 stunner on wrist, the 002 stunner on wrist, which is on my wrist right now. Probably looks better on her wrist, I think. Yeah, kind of looks better there, but it is what it is. It's here, and here's a close-up. The stunner on wrist in circulation. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Lady Bree was in at 5:05 p.m. She said, hello all. Bree taking the driver's seat, and Saturday push-ups for you, Sunday morning fun for me. Durr says, that's expensive for a 5-digit day date. Yeah, I mean, there's something weird about that whole situation. I'm not so sure it's a 5-digit day date. I think somebody might be wrong. I think it might be a 6-digit watch. But anyway, it is what it is. Blues in the house, red grape, nice choice. And Kyle says it doesn't say Rolex on the rehalt as much of the 6 digits do. I'm not sure what that. Oh, okay. The rehalt. That's the thing on the inside. Okay, I got you. I got you, Kyle. So you think it is a 5-digit that somebody screwed up? In my opinion, when you do something like that, polish portions that are supposed to be brushed, that is a screw up. Because first of all, that's one of the things I like about the 18238 is the tops of the lugs being brushed. I think it's kind of cool. Blues in the house. Not for everyone, but nice color. And Carlos is in the house. He says, I would ask to David S.W. about that OP watch if you are considering purchasing it new. Absolutely. I agree, 100%. And then, of course, there's the one that he has in stock right now. Let's find it again here. Give me a second here, and we'll try to find it. I had the daggone thing. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. There's this stunner that David S.W. absolutely has in stock, ready to go. What do you guys think? The red grape or this rare stunner with the meteorite dial? The rare stunner with the meteorite dial. And she'd pick up a date just on top of that. It'd be a date just with diamond indices. For a lady, I don't mind diamond indices for a lady, but there is no loom. There is no loom. All these things are trade-offs, folks. They're all trade-offs. Let's see. Send a link to a stunning gold Omega. Okay, we'll look. Triforce Rich says, no question. I'd get the meteorite dial one. So unique and classy. Okay. Leslie's in the house. The meteorite watch is stunning. And there you go. And she would know. She has a very nice watch herself. And Megan, oh, geez, somebody just put a, oh, geez. Some trashy person just came in and put a nasty comment in there. Oh, gosh. What can you do? Mega, let me see if I can hide that person. How do I do this? If I tap here, unhide user on this channel. Well, they're hidden. It says unhide. Oh, I guess it's because they're timed out. Anyway, if they comment again, I'll try to hide them. But okay, Omega makes similar watch meteorite dial. Grand Seiko stunner. Okay, let's see. Purple fits her brand. Absolutely, it does. Okay, let me check the email. That's what I'll do. I'll check the email. Let's do a time check on the 231 stunner. Time check. Let's see here. Interesting. Interesting. I would need to get opinions from the ladies because it really wouldn't be, of course, my style, but for an elegant lady, maybe it would absolutely be something cool. And that is not a terrible price. So let me do this. Let me add it to my watch list. Okay. Just do that. And then let's take a look at these photos. First of all, let's go full screen here. Looks like a full kit. Full kit. Very, very elegant. That is a nice looking piece. I'm assuming it's quartz, which I think for a lady is great. I think that's great. Now it's got one button to release the clasp, which occasionally you'll accidentally release that. I've had that happen with my Seamaster 120, but it's not a deal breaker. That is very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Wow. Okay, Lance coming through as usual. Let's look at some more details on this. What is the size? It's in the United Kingdom? Holy cow. Okay, case is 22 millimeters, so it's very tiny, very small, which is okay for Bree. I'll tell you it's okay for Bree. Now, I'm assuming that is sized with pin and collars. I'm assuming, which is fine with me. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are probably pin and collars all the way around there for sizing. Yeah, which is fine. Once she has it sized right, she's going to be fine. That is an absolute possibility. The plot thickens. The plot thickens. Let's see here. Let's see. Red grape dial is better. The meteorite dial is super ugly, says Lance. Oh, come on. I'm sure it looks fine in person. That picture's not that good that they took. Leslie's in the house. Now I'm leaning more towards the meteorite dial. She's laughing. And Triforce Rich says, can't call a 26 millimeter watch a tool watch, so forget about the lume. I agree. It's not a big deal. Leslie says, tough choice. Yes, it is. It is, and the plot is thickening. Kyle's in the house, Oyster Perpetual all day. I like the dial on that meteorite, but it looks like something my mom would wear. Bree is too sporty for that watch, in my opinion. Okay, got you. I think we're almost to the point where she's going to need a sport watch and a dress watch. I think that's almost where we are on this whole situation. Kyle's in the house, not to mention it thousands more. I second Kevin D. Purple makes more sense. But remember, Kyle, she's got to pay more for the purple, unfortunately, if she goes for the purple than the blue dial. That's the way it looks like it's coming down here. And Carlos said, David SW usually can get any watch new from other ADs. My day date was not in stock, and the price was lower than other similars in stock. I understand. Yep, absolutely, I understand. And Carlos, apart from the potential discount, I assume you can avoid the sales tax if he sends it. That's also a good possibility. Red grape is a beautiful color dial. Yes, yes, yes. 26 millimeter may be too small for even young eyes. I think Bree can read it okay. And let's face it, she's wearing it more for style. she, I think that's the deal here, folks. I think it's just to have something cool and wear. And I think she'll be able to read it. 4,500 is 2,000 less than 6,500. Okay, Kyle's doing some math in his head. But no, it's not 4,500, Kyle. I think U.S. dollars. Let's see what it was. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. He's right. He's doing the math correct. He's doing the math correct. It's a good thing we've got somebody around here that's good at math. Let's see here. Mr. Q's in the house. Hello, Craig. Invisible Bree and fine audience. The lovely Bree, I think, is going to Skype in. I think she's going to Skype into the show. Oh, let me make sure I've got Skype running just to make sure. Yeah, so she's gonna Skype in when she gets a minute and join the discussion. So let me think. What else? There was something that we were talking about. Feedback on the Omega, guys. Feedback on the Gold Omega. I'm seeing there's a real dearth of feedback on this puppy. What do you guys think about this Omega? There's a lot of gold in that bracelet. Not a hateful looking character. I want it Go full screen. I wish it would go full screen. I like the fact that it's a full kit, and that's a very clean looking dial. I like the 12, 2, 4, 6, and then the diamonds interspersed. Omega DeVille and diamonds around the outside. I think that's a lot of watch for the money, folks. That's 18 karat gold. Lance came up with that puppy. 58.47, and you can suggest a price. And it is in the UK. The UK. And let's see what else we've got here. My wife reads her Oyster Spectral 26 perfectly, and she's over 50. I can read it without reading glasses, too. Well, there you go. Is Bree going with red grape? That looks like that's the front runner. It looks like to me that's the front runner here. Triforce Rich 26 millimeter is legible, but if I was a girl, I definitely prefer 31 mil. 31 mil is not big by any means and is the best size I've seen on women, not trendy or overly traditional. Yeah, but Triforce Rich, she has a tiny wrist. And if you looked at Leslie, the watch, her watch on wrist looked perfect. It was a great size for a tiny wrist. And Bree's wrist is about the same size as Leslie's. So again, we're talking about an extremely tiny wrist here. Okay? We're not talking about a normal wrist. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Bree is tiny. Okay. Bree, it's more about how the watch looks or how you're going to use it. I think Bree obviously wants it to look nice, but she also wants a watch to really hold up. And so that's where I think the Omega could be a problem, where I don't think she could swim with that and so on. I doubt it has a screw-down crown. I think that the Rolex would definitely be more of a heavy-use watch. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. We've got the Omega looks like a gold bracelet that tells time instead of a watch. Good point. It absolutely. It's a lot of gold. It would look nice on the wrist, though, Durr. That's a lot of gold on the wrist for that money. Triforce. Speaking of gold on the wrist, I can't wait for November to come around. Faux pay. Can we say faux pay in November? Triforce Rich, my wife has a 26 millimeter and it looks very elegant on her, but I think a larger size would look better as a daily. She doesn't even set the time on hers. It's a fashion accessory. And see, that's a problem with a lady having an automatic wind watch. If she doesn't wear it that much, it stops, and then it's kind of a pain to have to set it and all that. That's where the quartz actually probably makes more sense for a lady, but I think Bree will wear hers all the time, so that's going to be a non-issue. And Leslie wears hers all the time, so that's a non-issue. It's only an issue if you take it off wrist. Fellas in the house, Craig, stealth wealth is the key. Moving forward, white gold, yellow isn't wise. Oh, boy, what a ridiculous statement. Look at this stunner on wrist. That just right there shows you how ridiculous that statement is. It's on wrist, on wrist. All right, I can Skype in soon. Okay. That 26 millimeter in Rolex is where it's at. My vote is the red grape, says Kevin. Triforce Rich says, what is her wrist size? My wife has a 5.5 inch wrist, and 31 millimeter looks perfectly fine on her. I've seen it on tiny wristed girls. Okay. Maybe Leslie will share what her wrist size is, because I think Bree's about the same size. I didn't measure Bree's, but it is tiny. Tiny. It might even be smaller than Leslie's. And Bree says, I can Skype soon. I already read that. Love watches that can be water resistant. Yes. And I would really use the term waterproof with an Oyster, because, I mean, they are designed to be literally in the water. And I think you can use that term. Water resistant implies to me that you really shouldn't be submerging it for a period of time. You maybe go into the water for short periods of time or something like that, water resistant, right? If you're going to be literally swimming in the water for an hour, I would call that pretty much waterproof. Kyle says, who is James Scott? In other words, I would call that 231 waterproof. Waterproof. So, their legal department and all that might force them to call it resistant for God knows what reasons. But, if you can swim, if you can submerge that sucker, 100 meters or whatever, I mean, my gosh, I would call that pretty much waterproof. Let's see. Who is James Scott? That's a good question. That's a good question. Lobro Joe didn't say anything wrong, did he? I don't know. I don't know who. I guess Triforce Rich. Triforce Rich usually is fair with the wrench, isn't he? I didn't notice. James Scott, Lobro, I didn't mean to delete your comment. Sorry. Okay. Triforce Rich, no, he didn't, Kyle. That's why I unbanned him. I didn't think Lobo did. James with the wrench abuse. Okay. I think the wrench gang will get this all sorted out. And James Scott says, LOL, I stood up and walked upstairs, and when I looked back, it said I deleted his comment. Whoops. Leslie, okay, Leslie says her wrench is exactly 5 inches. 5 inches. All right, so Leslie, let's get your opinion. I mean, you bought the watch recently, an Oyster Petrol Stunner. Oh, here we go. Let me get this, try to answer this Skype call.
Hello.
And let me get my headset, Bree.
That's good. I'll probably look different from.
You do. What did you do to your hair?
Well, nothing. I just quickly got ready.
Yeah, and fluffed it up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks fluffy. Okay. All right, so we're in the thick of things here, trying to discuss your watch. And it looks like you have purple lipstick on.
Yes.
Pinkish, purplish. Yeah. Okay. So purple is really your thing. So what if the shade of purple is a little bit different than your purple on your logo? Is that okay? Like if it's a little darker or something?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So you kind of like any shade of purple, really.
Yeah.
And I think Carlos confirmed that it is purple. This is what we're calling red grape, that it really appears purple. Maybe he can confirm that again in the chat. And anybody else that has seen a red grape, please confirm in the chat that she's not going to be disappointed with that color. Okay. Durr says, Craig, check your email. I think I found a picture of Carlos and his Trumpy bear. Okay, we'll check that as soon as we wrap up with Bree. James Scott says, Bree, is it more about how the watch looks or how you're going to use it? The message that was inadvertently redacted. Can you answer that?
What was that?
Is it more about how the watch looks or how you're going to use it?
Oh, I think how I'm going to use it. I think I want to use it daily.
So really, it's got to be, in other words, a heavy use watch. And,
yes, I think quality.
To be able to swim, because you love to swim. So really, that is probably important. But then, of course, you want it to be very attractive too. You really want both.
I really want both. Yeah.
Yeah, but it has to be. In other words, you're not willing to give up the durability and the being able to swim with it just because it looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, Apple Watches would be, I guess, better to swim with, but if it's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the new Apple Watches I think are fine to swim with, but an Oyster, or if you get a Rolex Oyster, that's fine to swim. They're designed to be in the water. So that's
Right.
no problem. But like if we got that Omega, for example, not so much. Not so
No,
much.
just like for classy
So I
stuff.
think that's the most important thing to you is it has to be able to handle heavy use. And then secondarily, but also almost as important, is you want it to look stunning.
Right.
Yeah.
Like your O2.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Do you want it all. I don't blame you one bit. And Leslie's in the house. Bree needs to try the OP in person. All the sizes. Please, Leslie, you're making it harder for us here. I think it looked great on Leslie's wrist. We saw it in the video. I think the
Yeah.
size is great. I don't really think there's a problem with that size on your wrist. I don't think you want a bigger watch than the one Leslie had.
Well, I would have to try it on, but it seems like it is my size.
But, I mean, do you think you would want one bigger than the one Leslie has?
Oh, you mean the dial and
Yeah, yeah.
no,
So,
that's perfect.
so the size Leslie has.
Yeah.
I agree. I absolutely think it is. So, Leslie, I think, yeah, I agree. It would be nice to try them all on, but we take your word for it, Leslie. We trust you. Because you got
Yeah,
about the same size wrist as Leslie.
probably.
I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. The gray dial is very purple. You mean grape dial is very purple. Okay, good, good. Red grape dial in person is real nice, says Blue. A stunner. Not sure which one he's commenting on. It's true purple. I've seen it in person, says Mr. Q. Triforce Rich, there is a 28 millimeter date just Rolex had that is the same purple as her logo, and you can get with a Jubilee and fluted bezel. I saw it in person. Can somebody get a link to one of those? A 28 millimeter date just with purple? That would be very interesting. Very interesting. I think you could step up to a 28 millimeter. That would be close enough. Carlos is in the house. To me, is like the color on this show thumbnail. Okay, good, good. Mr. Q, 20. Let's see. 26 is perfect now. 28 is future-proof for life stages. Mr. Q. Okay, I hear you. Leon's in the house. I think either one I think you guys are splitting hairs here. I think either one are very nice. Leon's in the house. I find David SW way overpriced for a lot of their watches. They have a new Oyster Petrol 36, part of the collection that came out 2 weeks ago, for 7,500 MSRP, is 5,600, and these are easy to get. Well, wait a minute now. 7,500 list and it's 5,600 they're selling it. That sounds like a pretty good discount to me. I'm not sure what you're saying here, Leon, but that sounds like a pretty good
Yeah.
discount. Okay, Kyle's in the house. If you guys are still considering an Apple Watch, I'd like to hear reasons why that is a good option. I asked this earlier and think you missed it. Well, I mean, I wore a Series 1 Apple Watch for a couple years on and off. And they are very useful for tracking your exercise and different things and notifications and even taking a phone call when I'm like out covering an event or something and my hands are full with gear and everything.
You can just
And I can just tilt up and answer the call and say, hey, listen, I'm at an event. I'll call you back, at 5 o'clock or whatever. I mean, just do a quick little thing like that. That is very useful. Now, having said that, obviously, I'm not wearing an Apple Watch now, so there are reasons why I prefer to wear, more elegant timepiece. It's all a question of function versus do I want something that is more elegant, and I chose to go with, and not just elegant. I mean, even on my sport watch, that's not elegant, but it's just cool. I just like it. Okay, so that's why I'm wearing the Grand Seikos now, and why the Apple Watch is parked. Okay, it is literally parked. Now they're going to announce new Apple Watches, I think tomorrow. And if they announce something that's incredible, I mean, I might get one just to have it. I mean, just to have it around or whatever and play with it. And maybe Bree will get one. But, I think Bree wants something a little more special. Does that make sense to you, Bree?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I would like one as well. Very useful.
Bree, can you measure your wrist on the show? Do you have a tape measure?
Yeah, actually.
See if you can measure it live on the show. Leon's in the house. Kyle Jett, if you hold Leslie's Rolex to your ear, can you hear the watch make a winding sound or clicking sound when you shake it? And Kyle's in the house. I think I hear something, but I don't have the greatest hearing, Leon. Yeah, that's because we all fired too many handguns when we were young, so that happened. Durr's in the house. Yeah, I'm no fan of David S.W. myself. Oh, well, Carlos had a great experience with him. So, yeah, I think sometimes people have mixed experiences. Fisco Bowser's in the house. Hey, all. Would Bree rather have one Rolex or 3 Tudors? I think that's an easy one.
Rolex.
That's an easy.
Definitely not Tudor.
Triforce Rich says, just sent you 2 purple Datejust. Okay, well, look. One is two-tone and the other is all gold. Whoa. Enjoy it. It's the same purple as their logo. A perfect match, pretty much. Okay, we're going to look. Mr. Q's in the house. Apple Watches have an expiration date. Rolex is eternal, like those flames. I hear you. Yeah, absolutely. One is just a computer, basically, that you're going to use for a certain period of time, and the other is, much more timeless. That's absolutely true. Doesn't make either one less useful, right? I mean, I buy computers, even though they don't last forever, right? I know they have a shelf life, but the key is get as much use out of them while you can, because that's called digital rot. As soon as you buy something electronic, it's slowly rotting away, whether you use it or not. And so it's wise to leverage it and get as much use out of it.
Technology just advanced.
Get as much use out of it while you can. Oh,
Right.
I don't have her on screen. What am I doing? So yeah. All right, measure it live so they can see.
It says like 5 and 3/4.
Where are you measuring it? The smallest part? Well, Bree, you're not even holding it tight. You've got to have it tight. Well, you don't measure it there. Measure it at the thinnerst part, the smallest part, above the bone. Above the little bone. Measure it there.
Above the bone?
The little bone, yeah. Don't measure the bone because the bone sticks out. Measure the smallest part of your. I think you're still too far down towards your hand, Bree. You're on the bone right now. You got to be above the bone. Away from your hand.
Like right there.
Away from your hand. Away from your hand. Move the tape measure up your arm. Away from your hand. Yeah, to the smallest part. And then measure it tight.
Yeah, about 5 3/4.
Oh, really? So you're bigger than Leslie?
I would think so, yeah. That's inches.
Okay. Well, maybe she is 5 3/4. There we go, folks. Which is actually good because that way you can leave a link in. You don't have to take all the links out. Or maybe not. The micro adjustment wouldn't have to be all the way tight because Leslie had to take all her links out and have the micro adjustment like all the way in.
Wow.
So this would give you a little more versatility. So that's actually good. That's probably because of the push-ups you've been doing. Your arm is getting stronger.
The grasp. Right.
Let's see. Sent another to watch. What is she measuring? Biceps. The oyster watches are nice. Get it on the bracelet and swap for high quality leather strap. Okay. Okay. The only the new movements are noisy. The new Rolex movements, you can hear the rotor. A lot of people complain about it. I think the old movements are more refined, to be honest, Triforce Rich. If Archie promotes David S.W. on every show, you should stay away. Well, hey, you can't blame them for wanting promotion. Fisto Bowser's in the house. Craig, about a year ago, didn't you have an apprentice boy that was supposed to be helping you out? Well, he wasn't a boy, he was a man. He just wasn't able to get anything done. Sam was his name. He just wasn't able to close any deals or just get anything done. So that just, and when you can't get the job done, that's what it is.
Right.
So I remember him saying that, I think. Okay. Yeah, he was on the show. We had him on the show one time. We had him on a live show, Sam. He was a vet, and he had some issues. He had like a twitch and stuff. I think he had
Oh,
some issues from, from service.
right.
So, yeah, I think that's a shame. There's in the house. I have 5 modern Rolexes and one 20-year-old Rolex. I don't notice any rotor noise on any of them. Okay. It must be true if we all remember it. If Bree does too many push-ups, her wrist will swell up and fit a Panerai. There you go. Bray looks like she's. Fisco Bowser says Bree looks like she's 5'10". And you're about 5'5",
Yeah.
somewhere in there. Yep.
Wish I was
Let's
taller.
let's see. Sounds like 28 millimeter it is for 5 3/4. There, you Mr. Q. Patek Philippe Brie. Probably not. She wants something rugged, so probably not. Triforce Rich 5 3/4
Probably not.
is not small for a woman. She can definitely handle a 31 mil. Her wrist is 3/4 inch bigger than Leslie. That's a massive difference, says Triforce Rich. Carlos in the house. My wife's wrist seems to be about the same size as Bree. Yeah, see, and he's got the red grape, and it looks great on her. So there you
It
go.
does.
Still no word from Kent. No, we got to talk to Kent. I gotta pursue that. Mr. Q's in the house. 28 millimeter with fluted bezel to scratch Antifa stalkers. Leon says, Kyle Jett, thanks for your assistance. I took the watch to Little Treasury because I could hold up to my ear, bracelet off, and hear slight clicking. I suspect rotor axle, but the axle was, and then it stopped there. Lance says, Craig, would you buy Bree a tutor if it was Soggle? No tutors for Bree. Leon's in the house, replace it, and still has the click. It might be normal. Oh, okay. Fixo Bowser, that reminds me, didn't you also try to partner with a tech expert, but he couldn't figure out how to set up a live stream? No, I don't know about that. I don't know who that would have been. Don't remember that. So Bowser, Bree is fit, so she looks taller. Same thing with my girlfriend. There you go. How about a 37 millimeter Vacheron overseas? To Carlos, why didn't you get the? And here, here's the thing. I mean, I've had a lot of people try to work and do the job and so on that just couldn't. I mean, most people don't want to work. They're lazy. That's just kind of the way of the world these days. It's an exception to have somebody that can actually get out and get the job done. That's why those who can get out and get the job done make good money, because they're not common. Fisco Bowser's in the house. Lance about to send the link. Okay, all right. We're going to let you go, Bree, so that we can bring up the links. So if you
Sure.
can stay in the chat so that you can
Yep. I'll stay
comment
in the
on
chat.
them. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, young lady.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to the links. That's what we're going to do. We've got some exciting links, and the fastest hour in broadcasting is moving right along. We're 45 minutes into the show and really just getting started. And bam, I mean, we're looking at the end game here. All right. First thing we got was Carlos and Trumpy Bear. Here we go. There it is. There's Carlos and Trumpy Bear. All right. That was sent in by a subscriber. And let's see what we got here. We got a Baume & Mercier. This is sent in from Lance. I'll cut to it when we get this up. and $24.95. Again, another fancy ladies' watch. Now, I like the case design on the other watch much better. I don't like this case design with that squared off side. I would definitely pass on this one. That would be a pass on that one. Okay, let's get that out of here. Let's not even keep that in the case here. That's a fail. Okay, now the purple Datejusts. The purple Datejusts. Okay. This one, 24,200. Whoa. Step up. Step up, folks. 6-digit watch. Hidden clasp Jubilee. Pretty freaking awesome. Absolutely pretty freaking awesome. I think that's a little bit pricey though for Bree. Just a little bit pricey, just for now. I mean, she'll get there, but just for now, I think that's a little bit pricey. Let's look at this next one here. Oh, that's the same watch. I'm sorry. I don't know why I picked on the same watch here. There's two links. Those two links seem to go to the same watch for some reason. So if there's another one that I'm missing here, purple one, let me know. But both those links went to the same. Let me try it again. I'll try it one more time here. Oh, yeah, this is a different one. I'm sorry. I clicked on the wrong link. Okay, so here we go. Here's the other one with diamonds. And they're calling it lavender, but certainly is purple. Very, very interesting. Looks like it's a new watch. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let's see here, 10,000. All right, so let's go ahead and mark this one. Now, I'm assuming this is a 6-digit watch. It looks brand new. Let's see here. Yeah, brand new without any signs of wear. Oh, original box and original papers. Interesting. Interesting. So probably not a gray market sale. That is very interesting. That, I think, is a contender. I think that's a contender, folks. I think that's a contender. Keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that puppy there. Let's see here. I just saw, let's see, Carlos has more muscle than that. Yeah, he would slap that boy around, I think. And let's see. And Fisto Bowser says, working for Craig is like Navy SEALs boot camp. Ask Bree. Ask Bree what it's like hanging around here. Triforce Rich is in the house. Carlos has, yeah, I already read that one. Carlos greater than Bear Clooney. Yep. Tom Austin, 545 Kyle Jet. The second show I made this week. Triforce Rich, I didn't think Bree needs a 2mm watch. You need a magnifying glass to see that. Broma Mercier. Fisto Bowser, men's Pearl Masters are so gaudy, I'd rather buy a 30 dial sub. Okay, not sure what that means. Kyle Jet, just get that one, Craig. The gold Datejust Rich sent in. The search is over. 24K isn't that bad. Okay. All right. We might need to take up a collection though for that. I don't know if we can swing that ourselves here. Leon's in the house. Craig, that 002 looked good on Bree. Why don't you give her that watch and buy that 18 karat gold lawn jeans from Steve? Interesting concept. Interesting concept. Don't think that's going to happen, though. Don't think that's going to happen. Remember, Bree needs something she can swim in. Let's not get off track here, folks. 24K for Bree. You got to get that one. Bree is worth it, says Kyle Jett. Mr. Q says, off topic, anyone has been to Jackson Hole in November, spending Thanksgiving there this year? Or maybe somebody can chime in on that. Kyle says, I prefer the all gold to the two-tone, though. Yeah, I'm sure we all do, Kyle. Yeah. Bree Fit Dance says, cool. Why not get Bree the same model OP as Kyle got Leslie, a no-nonsense watch that can be worn for decades? That's probably the finalist. That's probably right up there as a finalist. I agree. Leon, you've said the most sober statement here, I think. But I think Kyle agrees. Kyle agrees. He said it earlier. Oh, why? Yawning, that's rude. Not quite as rude as eating in yesterday's show. I did get complaints about that, so we'll try not to do that again. Try not to do the eating thing during the show. And Carlos says, I have sent another photo of my wife's Oyster Petrol 26 next to her Pearlmaster 29. Okay, we'll look. Leslie says, send an email. Okay. Just sent a link for Bree's eBay watch list. Okay, we'll look. Carlos is in the house. At Fella J. Brief It then says, it's definitely boot camp over there. LOL. No fooling around. Well, a little bit of fooling around, but not much. You're right. Let's see. Fisto Bowser says, what's up, Tom Austin? Mr. Q says, Jocko was mentored by Craig. Ask around. Leon says, yes, the Oyster Petrol is a practical option, long-lasting and tough, but that gold Datejust is pretty cool. The all gold. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Tim's in the house. That last one looked like the winner. Even has Bree's favorite color. Yeah, well, that's why they were sent in, Tim. Triforce Rich at Brief It Dance, the Datejust I sent, or the Red Grape OP. I think she liked the Datejust. I think she said cool regarding the solid gold Datejust, I think, is the one she liked. Duh. Hey, Craig, how about a ladies' Yachtmaster for Bree? We've talked about that on previous show. Yes, we did talk about that. That is definitely a possibility. That is a stunning possibility. I would go for the one with the platinum bezel for her. I think that'd be stunning. Tom's in the house. Hope you enjoyed the Trump rally. Okay, let's see. Cheetown has, okay, definitely no eating. Yeah, during the show. Ha ha ha. You saw that. Hope I didn't interrupt a serious watch talk. I went to 2 Trump rallies in Nevada. One where I got in, and one yesterday was at the max capacity. Oh, okay. Carlos says hello at Tom. Tom says hello at Carlos. Okay. Mr. Q, Jackson Hole is the best. Never been in November, only February, March. Love it. Okay. Got a report from Kevin. Cheetown Craig, the complaints were warranted. You shouldn't have ate or drank for free. Archie demands super chats from his fans for him to eat or drink on air. There you go. Okay, that's what we'll do going forward is they have to super chat for us to eat. Like $5 per peanut. We'll eat peanuts, and for each peanut we eat, they'll have to pay $5. That's a good deal. Brief It Dance is in the house. See that Triforce Rich, the Datejust, smiley face. Haha, no, we enjoyed your video call, Fisto Bells. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, let's check the, I think we got more emails. We're coming up on the hour here. And here's one from Leslie. This is Bob's watches. Okay. There we go. Now, hey, that is a 6-digit watch, all gold for less than 10 grand. Whoa. Whoa. Back up, folks. Back up. There looks like a lot of slack in that bracelet. Look up here where it meets the link. Look at that space. What's going on there? Look at that. It's not like that on a men's oyster bracelet. What's going on there? I don't like that. You see that, guys? It's got the modern clasp and everything. I'm sure it's got solid links. But what's with that gap up there at the up there at the end link? It's kind of disappointing for an otherwise exciting watch. Tell me what you guys think about that. Very interesting, folks. Very, very interesting. The plot thickens. Okay. Triforce Rich at Brief Fit Dance. The two-tone one is fantastic. Don't need the all gold. If Craig isn't feeling generous enough, but I've seen all the Rolex in person that we've been discussing at the date just greater than OP, he says. Triforce Rich says. Fisto says, Craig, what kind of shoes do you wear for driving on long trips? I think I know the answer. In the motor coach, I had a pair of moccasins. They're kind of like driving moccasins, made in Maine. I think these days I would just use the Town View moccasins for driving. I think they're very comfortable. And so I'd highly recommend Town View moccasins for that purpose, and also just for around the house, for comfortable around the house. I really prefer a high-quality moccasin for that purpose. But yeah, I had an actual pair of, they were not Nakoma. Anyway, they were USA-made moccasins that were buffalo hide that I had in the Wander Lodge in the Bluebird that I kept right next to right in the cockpit area there. And so anytime I drove, I slipped those on, and they were dedicated only for driving the coach. I used those. So now those did have rubber on the bottom, like for traction, but they were specifically designed for driving moccasins or whatever. So get a pair of high-end driving moccasins that are made in the USA, maybe made in Italy, second choice, but made in USA would be the first choice. And you're going to really enjoy a good pair of driving moccasins, I think. You'll really feel comfortable when you're out on long drives. Kyle, I would just get her that all gold purple Datejust, give them a hard offer of 2 BTC for it. BTC's pumping today, by the way. No, I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin. I'll use fiat to buy a watch, thank you. Not Bitcoin. Triforce Rich is in the house. Leslie's OP is fire tough at Kyle. Leslie Hernandez, great choice for her. I think Bree with the purple and Leslie with the blue is a good combo. Good point. Fisco Bowser, how much for you to take a shot of Johnny Walker whiskey? I'm not really a drinker. I would prefer not to do that. Mr. Q, thanks at Kevin D. Ogden, Utah first, then driving up there. May end up looking for a property there. Oh, cool. I want to give away 1 Bitcoin live. That would be epic. Who's going to do that? I'll participate in that. I'd like to get a free Bitcoin. Rizab Jones, Anita Close-Up. Craig, it's called muck bag. It's a big thing in Japan, South Korea, and China. And an attractive male or female, usually female, gets paid by hopelessly lonely people to eat on the air. Okay. All right. All right, that'll work. Okay, so let's check the email again here. Let's check the email again. Oh wow, there's a bunch of them in here. I got to get caught up. We're at 6 o'clock, folks. I can't keep going over on this show here, folks. We got issues to deal with. Yeah, I think that's just ugly, but it is purple. But I would call that one ugly. We'll pass on that one. I'm not even going to keep that tab open. I'm going to get rid of that one. Let's see here. And here's the picture from Carlos of the 26 and the 29 side by side. I do like that Oyster Perpetual, the purple one on the right. I do like that watch. Absolutely, positively. Yes, I think so. I do like that. All right, let's see what else we've got here. And then we're going to roll out of here. We're going to roll out. Lance sent a 26 millimeter Yacht Master. Wow, I didn't even know they made them that small. Okay, I'm going to add this to the watch list. I think it might already be on the list. I think we might have already added this, but yeah, I think it was already on there. So this is definitely a contender. Bree, make a note. Make a note of this. Make a mental note of a 26 mil Yacht Master. That is kind of cool. Now, it doesn't have the purple. Yeah, it doesn't have the purple, but it's kind of cool to have that rotating platinum bezel. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I say that is kind of cool. All right, let's go back and see what else we got here, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. Anything you got to get in, you got to get it in now. Updated my aging Rand quartz. Okay, let's look at these. There you go. Yeah, Rancourt is a good manufacturer. They're a good manufacturer. They make some good stuff. And absolutely, positively, Rancourt. You want some high quality moccasin construction shoes, look at those. All right, folks, on that note, we are going to wrap it up. Let me see here. That gold bracelet, they just didn't look great. Yeah, there was a gap there. Kyle, yeah, it will be cool to see if she ends up with Rich. Purple is a great choice for her. Craig, if you went for a run, would you wear moccasins? I mean, I could. I would probably, I don't run anymore. I just do a brisk walk. I don't want to do a lot of percussion on my knees. I want to save that for playing tennis. But I would probably wear high-quality running shoes just for running. There's in the house. Craig, will you grow a mustache for No Shave November? No, it's not going to happen. Fellas in the house. Craig, I found some Allen Edmond loafers mint on eBay for $40. Did they work out? Did you get them? Did they work out? If so, good move. I hope they're made in USA because Allen Edmonds is offshoring some stuff. Triforce Richards, Craig should get a 39 millimeter red grape for himself. He needs to represent as the manager of this opera. Okay, can we see those Allen Edmonds? What kind of pen is that in your pocket? It's a DuPont pen. Visco browser. Okay, could you imagine if Archie's son would have joined AC3 live stream? Take bong hits. Those poor puppies are going to be subject to their... Okay. Ladies Yacht Master is really nice. Okay. All right, we're going to have to wrap it up, folks, and we will catch up again tomorrow. Fisco Bowser says, Craig, when are you going to do the video on how your 002 is better than Dogman's Gold Maxi sub? I don't think I have to do a video about that. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. Derek's in the house. Lance, call in, please. Clive, Skype in. Fisco Bowser, good call. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching. We really do appreciate it, and we will be back. We will be back. Showtime is over. It's time to get productive, folks. Time to get productive. And I say, make it a fantastic week, everybody. hey, click subscribe and click the little bell so you get notifications.